Hey folks, it's the Red, getting back to the Crash Bandicoot No Damage run. It's time to finally put this all to an end as we go after the big baddie himself, Dr. Neo Cortex.
Done, you Crash Bandicoot.
Alright Cortex, it's just you and me. His primary means of attacking you is to shoot you with these laser guns that shoot different colored lasers. The color will be a clue as to what the attack is going to be, so be ready to answer to anything, depending on what color he's shooting at you. When he shoots a green laser at you, spin into it to send it back to him. This is how you have to damage him. So definitely prioritize getting to them. These wavy lasers can be a little tricky to get around. He does try to get a little more difficult with these faster ones, but I don't find it all that tough. And you'd think he'd have some kind of surprise for the final hit, but no, it's just another single green shot. And down he goes. Yeah! Murder is awesome! And so, Cortex Castle is destroyed, Cortex is sent falling to his death, Crash gets the girl, all is well. I'm still baffled by how much taller Tawna is than Crash. I don't know why, it just struck me as kinda odd. It makes this hug pretty funny, though. And so, after a little bit of Grand Theft Blimp, they fly off into the sunset, and that's the end of the game. We are then queued with the credits. And after the credits are done, it kicks us back to the title screen, but this is only one ending. There is actually another ending you get for getting all 20 gems in the game, so let's go have a look at that. So just pay attention to the lasers coming at you, for one. But do your best to get around the lasers and wait for him to shoot those green ones. Oh! Got a little cornered there. Okay, so to have a look at the other ending, it's time to go visit the Great Hall. So, there's not really much to this stage at all. Pretty much, you only need to come here when you have all 20 clear gems. If you don't, then you just jump onto this end portal and go on to fight Cortex. But if we do have all the gems, and we do, then we can use these as platforms to get across. And you do need all 20 of them. So let's see where this long hallway of no floor goes. For some reason, there's a great big portrait of Tawna in the middle of this hallway. I guess Cortex likes to make his hostages feel special. Good for him. Okay, just one more stretch of gems to jump across. And behind curtain number 1 is Tawna in her beta outfit, along with a vulture. I'll take care of it. And so they ride onto the vulture after a quick outfit change for Tawna, fly away from Cortex Castle, which is not on fire and falling to pieces. And that's it. I'm sorry, how is this the better ending? This one feels a little anticlimactic. We do get some information about the characters at the end, though. Papu sold the ruins of Castle Cortex to a resort developer, even though it didn't fall apart. He then used the proceeds to open a big and tall shop on the island. Well, that's good at least. After intense therapy and 8 years of higher education, Dr. Rue went on to write the well-received book, Through the Eye of the Vortex, a study of rapid evolution and its consequences. 8 years, remember that. Koala Kong moved to Hollywood and landed a motion picture deal of universal proportions. Currently, he is working with a speech therapist to improve his diction. He could be the big brute who doesn't speak well. Pinstripe moved to Chicago, where he now owns and operates a citywide sanitation station. He is saving money for his upcoming gubernatorial campaign. Well, that's a stark contrast from what he was before. After the disappearance of his mentor, Dr. Nitrous Brio rediscovered his first love, tending bar. Really, I don't see the resemblance. The world has has heard nothing more of Cortex since Crash foiled his plans, but evil geniuses are harder to squash than cockroaches. Ain't that the truth? And so we've come to the true ending of the game, or so you would think. The continuity of the Crash series actually follows the first ending that we saw, not this one. So, yeah, if you want the proper ending, you should go with the one that doesn't have all the gems. But we'll get to that when we get to it. We have now come to the end of Crash Bandicoot. Very solid game. Glad I managed to do this no damage run. I thoroughly enjoyed it. No, it's not perfect by any means. I don't like the saving system in this game. And getting the gems is kind of a pain because you have to do it without dying. But these are all things that are fixed in later games, and I can excuse them in this one because it's the first one. But what else can I say about this game that I haven't already? It sure had its fair share of difficult stages, though. Native Fortress, Lost City, Sunset Vista, frickin' slippery climb. Fumbling in the dark was no walk in the park either. But, yeah. Thoroughly enjoy this game. Fans of platformers will love it too. Boy, it's not real fun flying back on a vulture, is it? Would have been much more cozy in that blimp, I would imagine. And so, that's the end. So it sends us back to the title screen, and one last look at the load game. And there it is, my 100% completed save file. We've done all the levels, we've got all the keys, we've got all the gems. Crash Bandicoot is 100% finished. So with that, I guess we are now done with this series. And there's nothing to do now but to look ahead to Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, where we will get—
Not so fast! I'm afraid you're not done yet, you miserable fox.
Cortex? What are you on about?
There's still one last stage you need to play through.
Check again. I've got all the levels unlocked. I have the 100% file to prove it.
Oh, but there is still one you haven't been to.
Okay, I'll bite. What level have I not played?
Why don't I just take you there?
Nice try, but I already completed Slippery Climb. Wait a minute. This layout is different. This must be— No. No, you wouldn't! This is—